Suma's POV.
Halfway there, Jake, but I can't land, remember? If I do, then we fail the trial, I told him.
Then don't land. Just get close to the ground before summoning me, he said.
I don't know if I can, but I'll try, I said, uncertain. I flew as fast as I could, even using enhancing magic to increase my speed. The moment the gate entered my sight, I started diving towards it and getting as close to the ground as I could, without losing speed. But that was made a bit difficult. The trees were too dense to fly quickly through, and I couldn't touch anything without being disqualified. Jake, there are too many trees to fly close to the ground, but if I get any higher, you might get hurt when you fall.
I think I have an idea for that. Just summon me near the gate if you can, he shouted. And the sooner the better. I think that snake familiar is chasing me.
I turned and examined the area where Jake was running from, and saw that he was right. The familiar was chasing after him, but quite slowly. Jake seemed to be running as fast as he could, but it was still nowhere near as fast as the serpent could go. I do see him behind you, Jake, but it is moving slowly for some reason, I said.
I find that hard to believe considering I haven't been able to lose it yet, Jake countered.
He was starting to sound tired. His enhancement must have been fading. Jake, that creature is much faster than you. If it hasn't passed you yet... Jake, I think it might be chasing you, I yelled. I didn't know what to think. What was Lorik's familiar doing? Did he lose control over it? No. If he had, the beast would already be on a rampage, not slowly stalking Jake. Lorik is still in control, which means he ordered his familiar to do this.
I figured that much out already. It hasn't attacked yet, but that could change. Are you at the gate yet? Jake shouted.
Yes, I said as I arrived. Summoning you now.
I looked below me and saw a tree full of branches.
I hope you have your arm on, Jake, I said to myself, then began the summoning spell. I summon you, Sentinel. Jake appeared before me slowly, hanging weightless in the air. That is, until the summon was complete. Then he fell, hard. He seemed to hit every branch during his fall through the tree, and hit the ground with a meaty thud and a groan. Are you okay? Without a word, Jake summoned a small dowel jar of mana, and placed the end of it to the runes of his armor. His armor began to glow a soft green, and was wrapped in magic circles. The effects of his healing wounds had started.
That hurt so much, he complained, and slowly stood up.
Are you sure you're okay? I asked, looking him over while still maintaining flight.
I think so. Which way's the gate? He asked.
Follow me, I told him, and headed towards the gate. We bought you some time, but the serpent is fast. Jake was worn out from the healing runes, but he still had some of his enhancement left, so he was moving about around his normal speed. That being said, it was incredibly slow.
Suma, Jake said, breathless. Could you wrap me in mana and carry me? I think I'm about to collapse.
I'm sorry, Jake, but the rules strictly forbid that. I don't think I could anyway, you're quite heavy. He sighed and kept going. Eventually we made it to the gate, and Jake collapsed as soon as he crossed it.
Finally, he said, relieved, lying motionless on the ground.
Good job, recruits, said a voice from behind us. Jake didn't even bother lifting his head. I turned and saw it was the instructor for the training. If your familiar needs medical attention, tend to him and unsummon him. Then report for your evaluation with the rest of the recruits who participated today. They are waiting at Field 1 for everyone to join them before they get started. I thanked the instructor and went to Jake's side. Are you okay? Jake didn't answer. Jake? I asked again. Still, he didn't answer. I was worried for a moment before I realized he was asleep. I suddenly cast another spell of healing on him just to be safe, then sent him home, and flew to the meeting area that the instructor mentioned. Once I arrived, I took a moment to look around at the other Nume who participated today. Among them was the nameless Nume who had the lining familiar, a named Nume named Toman, and Vindica as well.
Suma, I'm glad you passed, she announced upon seeing me. How did Jake do?
I flew over beside her and grew a perch to rest on. I think he did okay. He was exceptional at many of the obstacles and had innovative solutions for the ones he was struggling with. However, his is still quite a bit slower than most familiars, I explained. Behind me, the sounds of flapping and shifting vines let me know another participant had arrived. It was Lorik Isbala,